conscious efforts to ensure a better future for presented by the head of service of the Federation, Mrs. D.D. Wilson Jack. The president explained that the decision were aimed at stabilizing the weak economy inherited by the former administration. He noted that within the short time he has been in charge of steering the nation's ship, his administration has made appreciable strides in diversifying the economy with significant investment in some critical sectors. Oil marketers have assured Nigerians of a drop in prices of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, once they start direct lifting of products from the Dangote refinery. The assurance came after a rise in prices of products following of commencement of product lifting by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited from Dangote refinery. The spokesman of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, Mr. Chinedu Ukadike, gave the assurance this Tuesday while featuring on a television program. He said marketers are now in discussion with the refinery for a possible direct lifting of petrol. The government at the center has said it is making efforts to curtail irregular migration by Nigerians through policies and programs that will boost the economy and create employment. Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Bagudu, stated this at a program in Abuja on Monday. He said that irregular migration had a lot of unintended negative outcomes, such as human trafficking and drug peddling. The minister noted that the government realized the urgent need to advance the Nigerian economy to an enviable level where it can support our leadership status as the pride of Africa. The Abia state government on Monday said it would commence the implementation of the new from October this year. The State Commissioner for Information, Prince Oke Kano, led this out at a news briefing on the outcome of the Executive Council meeting. He said the payments would cut across all categories of workers. Prince Kano noted that the move underscored the commitment of Governor Alex Otis' administration to the welfare of workers. The federal government on Monday approved the creation of the National Citizens Value Brigade across primary and secondary schools. It said the gradual erosion of good morals and values amongst the youth, leading to various forms of misconduct, has raised concerns. Recently, therefore, this brigade is designed to instill a new culture of values the country can be proud of. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Muhammad Idris, made this known to newsmen after the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. He said that the council has noted that there is a need for strengthening and going back to the core value that Nigeria is known for, which has over time declined. You are listening to the Midday News on OGBC 90.5 FM. India has reported first case with the new mpox strain that has triggered a public health emergency alert by the World Health Organization (WHO). The new variant called Clade from the southern state of Kerala will return from Dubai. Mpox, previously known as monkeypox, is a contagious virus that can cause painful skin. Subramaniam Iswan has been convicted for receiving gifts while in office after he pleaded guilty before a local court. He was initially charged with corruption, but prosecutors amended these charges at what was supposed to be the start of his trial this Tuesday. A corruption case involving a public official is rare in Singapore, a financial hub that prides itself with its highly clean image, and Mr. Iswaran's case has gripped the nation. Mr. Iswaran currently faces a fine of up to 2 years in jail for each charge of receiving gifts or gratifications, compared to a corruption conviction that carries a fine of up to $100,000 or up to 7 years in prison. He is the first political office holder in Singapore to be tried in court in the past 50 years. The escalating clashes between Israel and Hezbollah have threatened to shadow United States President Joe Biden's final appearance at the United Nations signature annual event this Tuesday as diplomats scrambled to avert an all-out regional war. The gathering of dozens of world leaders, the high point of the diplomatic calendar, comes a day after Israeli airstrikes on Lebanon killed more than 490 people. As world leaders gathered in Manhattan on Monday for the annual flurry of speeches and face-to-face diplomacy, UN Security Council member France called for an emergency meeting on the crisis engulfing the Middle East. The United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, spokesman, Mr. Stephanie Dujarric, said he was alarmed as focus shifted from Gaza to Lebanon. Flooding in central Vietnam has killed 3 persons and forced more than 10,000 residents to evacuate their homes. Disaster officials this Tuesday said that earlier this month, large shorties of the country's north were devastated by flooding in the wake of Typhoon Yagi, which left nearly 300 people and caused $1.6 billion worth damage. As Yagi flood waters began to recede in the north, central Vietnam was last week struck by another severe storm, which brought heavy rain and made river levels dangerously high. Real Madrid will attempt to make it 5 straight wins in all competitions when they continue their La Liga campaign against Alves at the Bernabeu this Tuesday. Carlo Ancelotti's side have been victorious in the last 3 La Liga matches, while Alves will enter the context off the back of an impressive home success over Sevilla, with wins against Real Betis, Real Sociedad, and the 1 dribbling of Espanyol. The Los Blancos will be eyeing another routine victory against the El Boroso. In other games on Tuesday, Sevilla will host Volador at the Ramos Sanchez Pizjuan, while Osasuna visit Valencia at the Mestalla. Cooperate with the government in the quest to transform the nation. The effort is for the benefit of all. To end the midday news, another look at major items. President Bola Tinubu, who was represented by the head of service of the Federation, Mrs. Didi Walson-Jack, at a conference in Port Harcourt on Monday, assured Nigerians of a better tomorrow. Speaking with newsmen in Abuja after the Federal Executive Council meeting on Monday, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, made known that the Council has approved the National Citizens Value Brigade across primary and secondary schools in order to instill culture and values. He also urged that India has recorded its first case of the new Mpox strain one in a 38-year-old man in Kerala, Malappuram district. That by Elizabeth Kuforiji and broadcast from OGBC Abeokuta. For exclusive programs and the latest news updates, visit our website at ogunradio.ng. Follow us on Facebook, Abeokuta, and on X at OGBC